down in history.
If you need to report that page.
Because when we first signed back into the live, like it time. We're good? What's up? I'm not used to the camera being this close. What's up? We're the Freestyle Freaks on HamiltonRadio.net, and I'm Ralphie Rotten, and my co-host Billy Kid. What's up? All right. Tonight we got some great guests on. We talked about this a while back. We finally got them on. We're gonna start with Billy. Billy, how was your weekend?
It was good, man. It was awesome because I got a lot done productively, man. My DVD about to come out. My DVD is finally about to come out.
Did it just drop? Did you just show me dropping it already, or is it really?
No, that's on a private page. I actually have rough copies of the DVD. I only pressed up 3 copies. I could have got more, but I was like only 3 because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the cheap man's copyright, which is to mail it back to yourself. Okay, and my cousin told me about that. And you mail it back to yourself so it's sealed and the stamp has the date and everything on it. Other than that, I really don't know nothing else about copywriting and stuff, but that was the first thing that I learned when I was younger. So I want to do that first and foremost. And then it's on a private YouTube page. So I only show like my mom, I show my sister, my niece. So like by the end of the night.
You tried showing us a glimpse just now.
And listen, this is what scared me last night. This is what scared me because I only showed a handful of people. And when I looked, it already had 27 views and 1 like. So I told him I got paranoid. I was like, take it down. I was like, I don't know who's viewing it. It's on a private page. I don't know how people are in there. Come to find out, I'm like 21 of those views because my Wi-Fi wouldn't work and it kept booting me off and I kept going back on and it boot me off and I kept going back on. So like out of 27 views, I'm like 21
25 people
on there, yeah.
The whole 25
and I got paranoid. Like when he actually like went through everything, he was like, well, how many times did you go on? I was like, a lot. He was like, well, I went on a lot too. So he was like, okay, well, where are the 27 views? And so I'm like, all right, well, put it back up so this way I could show people personally. But I got a smaller clip that's supposed to make his debut on Facebook later on tonight. But I'm real eager.
After the show or during the show?
I don't know when it's going to drop. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know when I got that drop. He gave me the link to the page. And he said, just keep checking it. Just keep checking it. And I was just like, every 30 seconds, I'm like, nope, not yet. And then it finally went through. I'm like, ah! And I got a chance to actually watch myself on stage.
So you're about to drop this DVD that you've been talking about for about 2-3 months.
Yeah.
What is the feeling that you're feeling right now? What is it, what's the... Explain to me, what is it finally you're getting?
from me, like, because I actually seen the process, like how everything worked. So like when it all got comprised, it wasn't a big deal because I seen everything in increments. I seen everything in clips, what we kept, what we had to throw away, everything. So for me, it was just regular. But like when I showed it to a couple of people, the feedback and the response that it got, like my mom has this eye, like she's the reason that I won't look down on stage again ever. And she's the reason why I don't have a lot of dead air, like when I'm talking. So I project myself, I look at people, I interact with stuff. I listen to my mom's words a lot, and the way she was.
We kind of practice no dead air on here. You know what I'm saying? Like
everything, it's all practice.
Yeah.
Like everything is. Just, and I got.
We don't practice. We just have this thing about us that we just don't want to hear dead air. You know what I'm saying?
And shout out to the radio show because the radio show is actually on the DVD as well.
Nice.
And
shout out to us.
I was looking at my mom the whole time. I'm watching her watch me, and I'm just sitting there looking at her, and hers is like the only response that mattered. And like as she's watching it, her body's like shifting, like it's moving because like she's waiting for the punchline to happen. It's like as soon as it goes and the crowd responds, she's like, ah, yes. Like she kept getting her sigh of relief. And she watched everything in its entirety. And she didn't have nothing bad to say. She was like, it's good. And the credits start going up. She's like, you got credits. Like, you got credits. And it says, like, Billy the Kid, like, plays himself. And, like, she was so amazed, like, by everything. And that's the stuff that I wasn't excited over because I saw how all of it worked. So, like, by the time everything was said and done, I'm just glad it's over with. But I got my amazement through other people. Yeah, like, through.
Sign of relief.
Like, when I lived through them.
Feel accomplished.
Oh, my goodness, man. And, like, I got credits. Like, I actually have credits. They go up slow. It's a soundtrack to it. And, like, it's just.
You don't have any outtakes? You don't have any outtakes behind it? Y'all should have added some outtakes at the end.
That's the thing. And that's the thing now because it's still in the beginning process. Like, it took us a couple of months just to put this together. And even now.
So wait a minute. You said you're about to drop it tonight.
Yeah. Well,
you can't go back
a
and
preview.
change it.
No, it's a preview. It's dropping a preview to let everybody know.
So in other words,
it's pretty much ready.
So in other words, I'm giving you guys pointers as you guys work. All right, I'll send you guys.
Thank you.
I'll send you guys asses in a mail and a bill.
Send the invoice, man. I definitely appreciate that, man. But I get a chance to actually, change stuff, as I go. Like the DVDs that I got are the rough copies, so I could look at everything. And I noticed something tonight. Like I actually got a comedian that's a friend of mine, Chris Smith, and they didn't add him in, but the footage is so all over the place that he'll go through it. I'm quite sure once I bring it up, oh, I found it. It's like here in this archive, and then he'll bring it and he'll chop it and edit it and run it in there. So I wanted to change that, and I want to do outtakes too. That's pretty good.
So, how was your Thanksgiving? We talked about our Thanksgiving, on Monday. How was your Thanksgiving?
Good, man. It was small. It was close. It wasn't like the usual where it's like 1,000 uncles and aunts and we did say something about that. People getting drunk, passing out, a bunch of smack talk, all this other stuff. It was real small. It was intimate, and we had a real good time. We stayed up watching Sinbad.
Well,
Sinbad had this stand-up special, man, and it captured our attention for like an hour and a half.
My Thanksgiving was it was small. It wasn't. You guys probably seen. I posted the picture. It was so small that I was able to fit everybody in the one picture. Everybody in that one picture. I mean, it was a big table. I mean, we had quite a few people, but it was it was chill. It was nice and low key. It was perfect. It was Thanksgiving was everything that I wanted to be. Relaxing. Yeah. Drinking a little, eating a little.
That's what matters, man.
Talking, reminiscing with family, this and that. It was I wasn't working, thank the Lord. Last year I worked right through Thanksgiving, so I'm glad that I was blessed that my job allowed me to take the day off.
That's what's up. So, Ruben,
okay,
you're just gonna act like that feedback never happened. All right, we're gonna skip right past that. We're gonna skip right past it. It never happened.
Sound like a boat just passed us.
No, I thought it was like practicing on a singer.
And I just stayed chill. I just stayed like
that was kind of dead air.
A little bit.
Can you put my my mic up a little? Saturday after my weekend was it was work. There it goes again. Was it good? Right,
Sure.
You're killing me, bro. Right. My Thanksgiving was amazing. It was good. Saturday I kind of switched my schedule to close, and I took part in Project 609. Thank you for sharing it, by the way.
Sir. Yes, sir.
I'm so busy at work and at home that I don't really have time to share it. But you shared it, and I just clicked, and I was, you know what, let me share it.
Definitely.
But it was it felt very rewarding to go out there and just feed. Obviously we did it last year, and I think it was the 5th year that Project 609 was into 6 years. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me, Isabella.
She does that with everybody. Don't take that for
yes. She always does that to me. But it was rewarding. It was this one woman that we fed, and she wasn't expecting somebody just to come up to her and hand her food, and Isabella was writing little notes for the kids. I don't know, some messages. And you could tell she was reading these messages, and her face, her smile, just lit up, just literally put me to tears. And that's real, that's real. It's
you kind of choking up now, a little teary-eyed.
No.
Allergies?
It's just, no. Being there, just the feeling of just giving back. Listen, I'm not rich. But I'm blessed that I do have a roof over my head. I might not go, I personally may go, mealless one day, but I have clothes, I have a warm roof over my head.
That's right.
And that's what Thanksgiving remember I was preaching that Thanksgiving is about unity, togetherness, and being thankful for, things that you have, and not the things that you want in life.
And you know what? When we said that, it stopped right there. That's the part that mattered. Not the people who will say that, like, yeah, Thanksgiving is being thankful for, the little things that you already have, and then go out Black Friday, go, I need another TV. I just got one last year, but I need another one today.
Did you post that? How many TVs you need?
Yes,
you have like 3 of them last year.
Yes, I did. What happened to the TV last year? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut your moment off, but it's just like, I don't get it. Like, what happened to the TV last year? How you got to go out Black Friday and buy another TV? You just did that last year. Like, no, they transition rooms. That's what I found out. They actually transition rooms. They go, well, the one that we got last year,
the house has a TV.
Now it's in our daughter's room, and then her TV, now it's in our son's room. What? Really?
But we have 3 TVs in our room.
Yeah. That was somebody's justification to me. It was like, well, I got another TV because I got the bigger one, and then mine went to my daughter's room, and my daughter's went to my son's room. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, okay. So nobody just goes to the living room and just watch TV as a family. Sure, yeah, fine, all right.
So tonight we have these amazing guests. We're going to start with one of the writers, and, we're not going to talk about any current events because, current events, right now it's a lot of crazy shit. Excuse my French.
Yeah, good idea.
Happening out there right now.
Energy going. Yeah.
We're talking about in the headlines right now. America and tear gas in the same sentence. Tekashi 6ix9ine, went from one of the top #1 artists to top, fugitives and inmates in jail right now. So we're just gonna go into our show because we could be here for another half an hour.
Definitely go right into the show because the show is positive. I
literally tipped off on 2 major issues in current events. Just taking off topic.
Thanks. I'm not even gonna watch news tonight. I might watch something upbeat. I might even watch some cartoons or something like that. No, I don't watch it.
But we're gonna start with Ken. Ken is one of the writers, one of the directors, one of the ones that started this whole this play of that consists of multiple acts into one. So it's a moving movie, on stage basically, with different episodes. So Ken,
Yes.
Tell me about yourself. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was good. Looking forward to the holidays.
Are you looking forward to that Christmas music already?
I love Christmas.
Oh, okay.
I'm in the
I won't pick.
Timberland
I won't pick on. I won't pick on you.
It's okay.
We were joking earlier, and I'm the type of guy that just wants to wait till December to start the Christmas. But
Yes.
everything and anything around me is Christmas already, and I'm like, yo, it's you guys are gonna bring out the Easter stuff already then.
It wasn't even Halloween yet, and they had Christmas
exactly.
stuff up.
Right.
It wasn't even Halloween, and the Christmas tree's already out being sold.
So, wait till December 1st. That's when you want your
Yeah,
Christmas stuff
you know,
out.
I'm listen, and I'm not hating on anybody that's into the Christmas. Listen,
I am.
I'm going. Listen, I'm. The reason why is because my wife started at the end of October playing Hallmark. And if you watch Hallmark,
Absolutely.
it's every single cheesy, feel good movie with the same kind of type of ending, same kind of type of beginning. You know, there's always a sled in the movie, horse and carriage. You know, like that shit is not real to life. You know, but.
There's not sleds in real life?
Well, I'm talking about, I'm talking about getting married and,
it's the same two storylines.
Yeah,
it's better writing.
It's the same,
the poor guy that works in like the pharmacy.
Yeah, he marries a
like
princess
the
or
woman
something.
that works too hard and doesn't have time for love. And
Yeah.
she went in on a whim because she had a flat tire. And
Good
like, oh my God, it's
observation.
Christmas. We should get married. And have
Good
kids.
observation.
You hit it right on. You hit it right on.
And
Not
it's
that he's
always
watched it.
snowing.
If you
I
watched
have
one, you've watched them all.
right.
Well,
Yet you still watch them all every year because it's just like
we're not the type of Black Friday shoppers that we need a TV in every room, but we have a TV in almost every room.
I do.
My daughter has one, and it's Hallmark playing. The main TV in the living room is Hallmark playing, and the TV in our room has Hallmark playing. And I try to sneak out and change the TV to watch baseball, news, like football news. God forbid I change the channel. As soon as I come back, it's Hallmark back. It's like this. They put it right back, and I don't even know the channel of Hallmark, but I know almost every single movie on Hallmark.
I got an
So
automatic return
that's-
channel program.
That is why I'm like, let's wait for December, because I've already been through Christmas, and it's not even Christmas yet.
you're hallmarked out.
Yeah, I'm already tapped out. I'm already like, yo, it's not even December yet, and I'm already like, yo, I'm done with Christmas already. But no, I love Christmas. It's just I don't like to speed up the holiday. But Ken, tell me about yourself. You are one of the writers and directors of this play. How do I? When did you start writing?
I've always been writing since I was a kid. That was kind of what I did, for fun. Get that creative juices out.
I could understand that. I used
you
to
know?
when I was younger. I used to write stories myself. I used to write. I actually used to write.
Poetry.
Yes, I used to write poetry.
I did that too.
I write poetry too.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
Listen, that's how I got married. Listen, I
It works.
So
it works.
Hallmark
You know.
movies are real.
Yeah.
Well, Hallmark
Oh,
movies.
there you go.
Not all Hallmark movies. I like, but is that's not in my music, right? No.
Yo, Tanyelle Bennett told me to tell you guys what's up.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tanyelle.
Yeah, she said, "Oh my goodness, you have my friends on the air. Hi, PCM, Ken and family." All right, okay, all right.
Shout out
Linking
to
up,
Tanyelle.
networking.
But I respect that. I could relate to that. You know I used to write when I was a kid. I used to write poetry. I haven't done it in a while. But you have to. I guess you have to start at a relatively young age to be inspired to write like a show. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I think for most people who love to write, it's something that's
Comes
inside
nat- yeah, it
them,
comes naturally.
and yeah, it comes naturally. They may keep it bottled up for a long time. I know, like even as a kid, I would come up with screenplays and things with my Matchbox cars or whatever, and it was a long time before we started a theater company. I mean,
That's
PCM started in 2006, so I wasn't a kid anymore.
that's amazing that you were able to start this. You know, you are
By
a
accident.
writer and you are a director. You know, it's you play a I guess you play a pivotal part in this?
Sometimes not knowing how to do things is a benefit because you don't know that you're not supposed to succeed.
Yeah, I definitely get that because you know what, when we all I'm not using Isabella as a example. I'm saying all of us as, you know, we're adults. You know, we're not given a directional, you know, pamphlet say, hey, here's life, go figure it out. You know what I'm saying? It's
There's no manual.
It's a go as you learn and go and learn as you go. You know what I'm saying? So it's I definitely understand that.
That makes it kind of fun though. Sounds exciting.
Right? It's like living. We don't, you know, us as humans, we live on. We kind of, it's like feeling like we're living on the edge because we don't know what's tomorrow. We don't know what tomorrow brings.
Yeah, you gotta realize, man, like you don't get no do-overs.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, it's
everything.
kind of hard to edit life or put it on DVR.
I don't think I'd want an instruction manual for life, really.
Right, exactly.
I mean, like, I know growing up, my dad always said the first thing you do when you're, like, putting something together is throw the instructions away.
Yeah, I kind of
Now,
do that.
that was
man.
mostly for comedic purposes, he was saying that, but
I
they
kinda-
can get confusing. And, like, you know what,
I
I'll
kind
mark
of
it
do
this
that,
really
and
big.
then I'm
I
the
just
one
hold the
that's
picture up and
wondering.
look at it like,
yeah,
okay,
just
this
look at
goes
the
in.
box, make it look like that.
Well, I do that too, but then I'm wondering why the hell am I missing like 4 or 5 pieces?
Yeah,
And then I'm like, ah,
That's how
they
you
was
know you
together.
put it
I'm
together
throwing it
the
away.
right
I
way.
throw those pieces
If
away.
you have parts left over, that means you did it the right way.
Yeah,
so
like,
don't stress about
extra.
that.
They're
Not all the
extra.
time. Not all the time. If you have to take that thing
if you're
apart
putting a
and go
bike
back-
together and you have wheels left over,
Yeah.
you probably did something wrong.
Or like a car, like all right, well I put all 4 tires on, but I still got lug nuts left. I don't know. I think it's all right. I guess it's good.
down the street, you don't get down the street. You know what I'm saying? It breaks down.
Eventually, you'll figure it out that you did it wrong.
Yeah. And Ken,
Yes.
tell me about your show. It's the show is Life is Strange.
Life
And
is Strange 3, actually. It's our
it's
third edition. We did our first evening of 1X probably 3 or 4 years ago, and we got a really good response to it. So we've decided to keep doing them, and this time we're putting a little holiday spin on the actual pieces.
And what from all 3? What do you think? You know, so it's probably hard to answer this, but what do you take from all 3 of them? Like, what is your favorite probably of all the shows?
That's like picking a favorite child, I think.
Yeah, you know what I'm
We
saying?
don't go down that path.
Well, I'm saying, what can you take from all them that you know?
What I like is, now that we're on our third different version of this, is we're starting to see different members of our team direct and different members of our team write and different members of the team act.
So it's evolving into
It is. It's growing. PCM is growing, and we're getting better at it. And I think it's good for us, and it's good for our audiences too.
That's
You challenge yourself.
Yeah, we all. I mean, when you start with a blank page, that's a challenge.
I mean,
right
yeah.
there.
I mean,
like the first time we did it, we only had so many actors, and now people have signed up. Like Eleanor just joined the group,
That's right.
and so we got fresh faces. And I tried writing last year. I know Tim writes and directs and acts,
yes.
so everybody's
Tim is
everybody's building. You know,
Tim is
so.
like a
Renaissance
triple threat, man. Like he acts, he directs. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever watched this guy. I mean,
He's extremely mediocre.
no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
That's okay. He knows it.
No.
says that all the
Tim
time.
knows I love him. No, that's what we do.
I've seen Tim from behind the scenes, during the scenes because I'm either in the back stage moving something or, in the audience or behind, and like this guy. I mean, and I'm not trying to just pick on him, but this guy he's amazing. He's an amazing actor.
He does it all.
Thank you.
He does
he makes the characters so believable. You almost get lost in what he's telling you.
That's the sign of a good actor.
And that's what I respect about him. The first time I met him, he was my daughter's on-stage father as George Bailey. And I've never seen George Bailey in my life. I've never seen It's a Wonderful Life until I got involved into It's a Wonderful Life, the Eminem production. And he, in my opinion, overlapped. He kind of outdid the original guy who played George Bailey. I forget the actor's name.
Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah, I knew he knew that. That's why I didn't have to say it. He just knew it. But much respect to him, you know, like, and then I seen him direct last year, and I was like, whoa, this guy is directing now? You know, I'm like, what the hell is he doing now? Like, this dude is making moves. I'm still on the radio. I'm still, you know, retail. You know what I'm saying? His guy's like directing, you know, and seeing the shows that he's directed, I'm like, wow, this dude is, you know, he's intimidating. You know, like he's a very, you know, respectful, you know, stage person, like a theater person that he does, you know, this guy jumped into a scene that he directed, right? Somebody had stepped backward,
right.
and
you had to fill in,
and he had to fill in last minute, and
That's right.
For two scenes.
Wow.
So it's what I like about him. You know, much respect to you,
Well,
Tim.
and actually, one of the ones as a segue to stop overpraising me. Thank you, everybody. But no,
listen, I'm not trying. By no means am I trying to kiss his ass.
yeah.
I'm just saying I'm giving him.
No,
giving you the credit.
Wait. That's
due,
multi-talented.
you know what I'm saying?
You had to jump in for 2 different scenes. Did you know the parts already?
I mean,
He
yeah, I
kinda
did,
did, but, you know,
I mean, it's still
Directing it and sitting in it is two
Did
different.
you write one of them?
No, I was directing one.
Yeah, you didn't write either one of them.
Well, what I was gonna say was, the one of the scenes was actually Eleanor was in it, and it was actually written by Ken.
Yeah.
And that's
You
sort
wrote
of
that.
how
You
Ken-
wrote.
Yes, I wrote that one.
That was
where they
the.
were
Wait a
going
minute. That
to
was the
March.
Jedi, right?
Yes.
Yes.
No one's surprised by that.
Other people's lines too.
Was it?
Did you study like other people's lines
No,
too?
no, no,
or-
no, it wasn't. It was actually what it was it was the last thing we actually were here for the radio show. And what was fun about that is that it's like a stage reading. You didn't actually have to memorize anything.
Yeah, script in hand.
So and I was
They
directing.
improvised.
Yeah, I was directing one, and then I knew Ken's writing. Like I had read the script before, so and Eleanor and Rob, who also is actually in the one acts with us now too. They both did a great job, and so it was easy. Like just and our friend Michelle,
Yeah, you
who was
gotta
the other
give
one.
you gotta give yourself credit for that. Yeah, he's just like no.
He did a great
I mean,
job.
no,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
script
he-
in hand. You still have to put something behind it
Yeah,
as
he-
you're doing it.
he's-
And the fact that he jumped in,
He
the
made
day
it
before,
so believable.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
you know,
I wouldn't have known that he stepped in the day before
No,
had I not
absolutely
been,
exactly.
behind the
And
scenes.
I
It's
had
a light thing.
The
That ain't a
crazy
light
thing
thing
is,
to do.
I went to the last rehearsal, and I seen a different character. You know what I'm saying?
different
I
actor
seen a
doing the
different
role.
dude in there. I'm like, all right, this guy made it sound good. All of a sudden, Tim jumps in there, and I'm like,
Transformed it.
all right, Tim, you're that dude. You know, like,
Hey, man.
so that's why I wanted to point out.
That's what's up.
And Ken wrote that one play. So sorry to pick on you.
In a good way.
In a good way.
It's a lot more positive picking on him. I usually get a PCM.
You know,
He loved every minute of it. Don't apologize.
I still look
Gotta
at
keep him going
Tim
for
as
a month now. So
I still look at Tim as my daughter's on stage father. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the chemistry that he has with her and his interaction is, he makes it so believable. When I first had, when Isabella went out and auditioned, they never met each other, and their first interaction was so natural and so believable that I'm like, wow, if they end up doing this play together, they're gonna have so much fun. And I don't know if you both remember that.
No, actually, I will say this is funny. And this.
It's crazy that I went back to that one time.
Well, I remember I actually was waiting to audition right after Isabella had auditioned, and she came outside. And everyone was like, the producers and directors like Dan and Mike were basically like, yeah, this is her, and and then Isabella was like, who's gonna be my daddy? And again, this is why I do have somewhat of an ego, even though I'm really downplaying myself, because I remember thinking to myself
here we go.
I really I'm not gonna assume, but I really hope it's me. I was hoping to get George and stuff, and so I remember that's actually, but we didn't actually talk though, because I wasn't gonna be like, it's gonna be me, and then not get the role or something.
You guys had some. You guys said hi to. It was.
Yeah, it was very brief.
It was real brief, but your interaction was, it was like, well, I hope I hope it's me,
Yeah.
and it was just the interaction was so believable that you guys. If I didn't know you guys acted you guys had years behind you guys doing this, you know what I'm saying?
She was so great to work with, and it was just, it was so much fun. Like some of those moments that were like just George and Zuzu and stuff. And you know, I always say to Emily, actually, I was like, one of the coolest things ever was like to be up there in the bedroom during like when Zuzu's sick, and I would look at her and I'm like staring right in Isabella's eyes, and she's just so adorable and so awesome, and I'd be like, I forget what my line was, but her line was like, what? And every time it was always the same. It was like, what? And it was so cute, and I was just like, I'm so lucky just to get to like share that.
Well,
moment.
if it helps, me and my wife, me and Linda, we did help coach her, you know, because this was her first show that she bagged a lead role. I mean,
yeah,
it's not every day that somebody goes in and say, I just got a lead role. What am I, you know? So her transitioning from, you know, she was this was 3 years ago, so she wasn't at that age.
It was 3 years ago.
Yeah,
3 years.
2015.
Yeah.
It was actually
How
the same
old is
time.
this young lady?
She's about her mindset 48 years old. But
That sounds about right.
It was actually the same, right around the same time as the first Life is Strange. It
Yeah.
was the same.
That's right.
so
she doesn't age. She's a vampire.
me and Linda, you know, tried to use our both, you know, common sense, and like, yo, we said to her, the only way you're gonna ace this is you gotta make it believable. You gotta look at him as you look at me as your father on stage, and after that, she was telling everybody else's lines.
Yeah.
So which she still does. I hear.
Still does,
she
yeah.
does that sometimes.
Yeah.
What?
So Isabella,
She's gonna be a problem.
since we're picking on you now, well, not literally picking on you. How does it feel to be called to play in a play like this and be one of the only children in the show? How does it feel? I'm talking to Mike.
Lucky.
Oh, your microphone, Ruben didn't adjust. Really, Ruben?
Yeah, she only like.
You did everybody else.
So tell me, how does it feel?
Lucky.
And what do you? Is it hard play, great play? What do you like about it?
Easy.
Oh God! Don't make it sound.
That's because I wrote that one.
I got a
That's
question.
why
Isabella, are you going to direct plays when you get older and stuff?
Maybe.
You gonna write them too?
I already wrote one play.
Really?
That's
Really?
yeah,
Kidding me?
she's ahead of me.
How old is this young lady? She is.
I wrote my first play at 34.
I told you she was 48.
You're gonna
Mindset.
lapse.
Oh
She's
god.
So how's your rehearsal going? How's everything?
Good.
Good. All right. But what do you like about this show that you're working on? You're working on actually 3 shows at the moment, right?
Yeah, but one of them I didn't do yet.
Okay, understandably. But tell me about what you're doing in this show now. What's your character? Tell me a little bit about your character.
Amy and Lily.
Okay. So who are you, Amy and Lily, or you're playing 2 different characters?
In one of the play, I'm
Talking to the mic.
In one of the plays, I'm
Good.
Amy, and in the other one, I'm Lily. But the one we're talking about, I'm Lily.
So tell me
I
about.
just got lost.
Tell me about Lily. What's Lily? You know what is Lily's profile? What's she about? Who is she in the play?
She's just a kid.
It's set at a party on Christmas Eve, and a couple of the guests start to pick up on things about the host that might suggest he believes in Santa Claus. And so they kind of set about trying to figure out what is going on with this guy. And Damien is the guy who plays the host of
believer.
the party. Yeah.
So you're the guy that
Right down to his footy pajamas.
So they-
yeah.
Also, that's why you were talking about feety pajamas.
That's why we're talking about footy pajamas. Yes.
Honey, I'm home.
I'm sorry, guys.
She
I'm
plays
trying
my
to-
wife,
I'm trying
so.
to catch up to the rest of the conversation. I'm really trying to catch up to the rest of the conversation.
You
with-
see the
but-
conversation?
But no,
We're having this
I gotta
amazing
go back- I gotta
conversation
go back
right
down
now.
this way.
But
Did
we're
this
hitting
girl-
everybody
did this girl say
down.
she
Her
had
writing
3
them.
shows though?
Well, the evening is 6 different
One-act
one
plays.
acts, and she's in 3 of them. So
I see it now. In like 2, probably 3 more years, she's gonna be writing, directing.
She actually, technically, You're working on 4 plays actually, right? You're working on 4 different characters.
Well, one of them.
One's from school,
Yeah.
and the 3 are here.
She's like
Yeah,
the
but-
LeBron James of like plays right now.
I know she's intimidating to me. Like, wow, I'm just like on the show.
One of
She's
them.
like, yeah, I'm doing 4 shows.
One of them, I don't have speaking part. I just walk in the back.
Okay,
Still.
you're
But it's
still
important.
Still,
nonetheless.
It's important. It's
Yeah,
important.
sure.
You're, even though never think that even though you're just walking, that you're not a part of that. You know of that.
You want to know
scene.
why? Because a lot of those people in Kellogg's commercials, Nike commercials, like everything, some of them are just walking by, and guess what? You notice when they walk by. That's one of the things that you notice, and they probably don't have a speaking role. You got some people that probably just wink at the camera.
We
They
talk
made
about
it
me
during the commercial.
and Ruben talk about this all the time. Me and Ruben were in a rap video, and he didn't know what to expect. He came out and he was like, "Wow, this is cool." You know, the paint part, you know, painting ourselves black as complete blackface was kind of little
Racist?
crazy. It's kind of crazy.
Of the era.
Well, no, wait. Wait. All I want to know is that in Ruben's case, did you have to go all the way up to some roof? 'Cause you got a lot of ground to cover there. I don't know.
You know, when I wrap my robe around, I use one of Billy's dreads.
Again, we have guests. We'll do this off air. To be continued next Monday. To be continued.
But it was
But
you
it
know.
was neat.
Our experience was kind of cool, and what I want to take out of that is I played 3 different characters.
Right.
I played a cop. I played a blackface. I had no speaking words in the blackface
It was
part.
like playing one of the secret Dark Lords of the Illuminati.
Yeah, and it was for
What's
it was
this?
for it was for rapper Mike Zombie. He is
Yeah, shout out to
he
Mike.
makes beats for Drake.
He's in the battle rap industry as well.
Yeah,
I've seen
he's,
him on some high.
And shout out to Mike
Shout out-
Zombie.
yeah, shout out to him, man.
I doubt he's watching, but I got
Still,
to
just in case.
I got to walk
Trying to get
as
a
a
deal. Hey,
zombie in one of the scenes, and I make the cut. So I was the only act or the only talent or the only person that did 3 scenes in that. And listen, you don't have to speak just to be in that scene.
Right.
So
Also,
that's the point I wanted to take.
Some real powerful performances are silent.
Yeah.
You know, it's just because you don't have a line doesn't mean you're not important in a scene. There's tons of movies where there's characters.
Charlie
that don't-
Chaplin.
Well, I mean, you know,
Hey, Billy,
Did he
you-
even have a
that
voice?
was-
Did he even have a voice?
that was before the
100%,
talkies.
100% hit it on the nail, right? You don't have to speak to make an impact. So
No, not at
Mr.
all.
Bean, that's another one. But when I first
What
heard
happened to
when I
Charlie
first
Chaplin?
heard his voice, I said, "You can't be serious." He's like, "Hello, thank you." I'm like, "What in the world was that?"
Morning, everyone. Like, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, man. I used to watch Mr. Bean at like 2:00 in the morning. Like he was a real underground show.
yeah, then when you started just getting into it, all of a sudden he blows up like, oh my god, he's all over the place.
Yeah, yeah. And then I heard his voice. I was just like, "That's how he sounds."
Hello. Hey there. Would you like to write
And Emily,
Hi.
how are you? What's
Good,
up?
how are you?
This is
Nothing?
the first time we actually get to talk a little, right? It's
Yeah, because I was behind the scenes.
Yes,
last time.
yes, see?
Yeah.
Wonderful Life, we talked a little bit.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's right.
Talked with him.
But it's the first time in a while. I mean,
PCM?
Yeah.
Tim's already
Yeah.
got you like he's been here like maybe 10, 15 times already.
Yeah.
Just
3,
about no,
maybe.
just
It
just
feels like
4.
10.
No, it's how are you? And
good.
welcome back, and
Thank you.
actually welcome back behind a mic because
you.
you were on for It's a Wonderful Life, I remember, right?
Yes. That was 2015, so that was a couple years ago.
And
back at
it's
PCM.
it is crazy that you guys met on that during that
We did,
production.
Yeah.
And God bless you guys are still
Thank
there.
you.
And you are, I look at you as, even though somebody else was the stage mom, I look at you as a stage mom or stage sister to my daughter. So
I do.
now
she's
they
actually,
actually
she's
are.
actually my sister in one of the.
see, and,
plays
see,
that we're in.
and she's playing
That's
the
the
sister.
one that I said I'm Amy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe one of the ones we're in.
Well, I will have to see the show in order to understand the whole entire,
The character dynamics.
yeah,
and
like
this tangled
I
web
didn't-
that we
like they
weave,
wanted
you
me
know?
the first time, at the Lawrence Library, they wanted me to see the behind the scenes. I was like, well, I want to see the show fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For the life of me, I did not understand the rehearsal. It was just a bitch. It was like boom, 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 and then when you see the whole thing just in front of you, you're like, holy shit. What the hell did I just watch? Oh my God.
Do we have to go back to the profanity jar? $10 every
no,
time?
listen.
Are we allowed to curse here?
We are.
I didn't ask that before we started.
We are allowed to curse.
We used to have a
gentlemen,
jar,
but
in moderation.
we used to have a jar, and like every time one came out, you had to put $1 in a jar. But Ruben spent it. New speaker wire.
CDEFG words. No top.
All of a sudden, all I know is the jar went missing, and Ruben had a new camera.
Different amounts of money. Like, do I have to pay extra if I want to drop an F-bomb?
It doesn't matter anymore because
that's a $10. That's a $10 note for
the
an
jar
F-bomb.
money went missing. All of a sudden, Ruben got a new camera. So you do the math.
Yeah.
Speakers.
So
I'm representing Ken's company, so I'm gonna try and keep it.
We curse in
Welcome, buddy.
in very strong moderation.
As soon as we get out of here, though,
We have a
let
little
me run.
riser in his contract that covers.
Oh.
Yeah, when I first joined the company, I had a problem with language because I have a certain phrase I like to use whenever I screw up a line, and I screw up a lot of lines.
So you just blow it out all the
So,
time?
like, I was just throwing them out there, and then Connie, Ken's partner with PCM, co-founder, I guess, right?
Yeah.
She doesn't like my choice phrase that I would commonly go to. So
Where are you from?
I'm from Jersey, so
Hey.
It's a Jersey thing.
it is.
It's
Yeah.
common.
I'm an Italian
Jersey
from
thing.
Jersey. It's gonna happen. You know?
It's a Jersey thing.
Yeah.
In LA.
Yeah,
So,
so he got a long way to go to reform to get those words right.
Yeah.
You gotta substitute. Shut the front door. Hey, Kiss Miami. This is
Yes, I really had to work hard. I had to work harder on watching my language than I did actually for the character work. It was just it was difficult. And they write generally PG material. But I think I'm wearing you guys down now
Oh, yeah.
because
Yeah.
I've been doing work with you guys for what, like 10 years now? What are we talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
almost 10 years. now.
almost
Yeah, so
10
it's like
years,
10 years
and
to wait.
and now the subject
long
matter
ago.
is blatantly
now,
further
now,
down the road.
now
than
dig
what we
this,
started,
right?
so.
You
gotta
have to
fit the
try
story,
to
you know?
stop cursing inside of your acts.
Yeah.
And then come to find out, as a comedian, I have to try to curse. In my
Really? Because I actually don't like when
That's
comedians
crazy.
curse just for the sake of doing it. Like if you,
Yeah, I curse just for the hell of
my
it.
curses aren't natural.
If it's part of the joke, that's great. It's
Yes,
funny, you know.
I gotta know like when to put them in there. But other than that,
but, like-
I can just go straight without.
That's good though. You should
Yeah.
be proud of that.
I am. Like just in case I gotta
Like
do a church or
Sinbad,
something.
You know,
else.
he was great at
Sinbad, oh my
he's
goodness.
one of the cleanest comedians.
All
on the
2
planet,
hours.
you know?
All 2 hours would just have you rolling, man. Like that was actually like one stand up we didn't have to tell the kids, go in the other room. It was like, go in the
Exactly.
You're
That's
good. You're
kid-friendly,
good.
You know, you can watch that. Some jokes are gonna go over their head, but it's nothing.
I do.
that,
I
you
do
know-
remember. I do
I love
remember watching TV with parents. You know, my mom would be like, "Yo, close your eyes or close your ears." And as much as you want to close your eyes and close your ears, you still get to see stuff. You're like, "I see that
Yeah.
stuff. I hear that
You
stuff."
ever get
That
walk-
blanket I put over my head had a hole right in the middle, so
You don't know
Loophole.
trouble until you get walked out of a room with the back of your shirt up like this. I remember when Eddie Murphy Delirious had came out, and I laid on the floor and I was trying to watch it, and it was just like, "Zip," and I just got walked to my room like this, just like stay in there, don't go back out.
See, actually, my mother couldn't wait to show me Eddie Murphy's Delirious because, according to her, I was born a week early because she was laughing so hard watching that special on HBO.
That's a
and,
good story.
She was
That
watching it
woman
like
induced
2
a
in the
labor.
morning watching HBO, and like that was on. She said she was laughing so hard it induced a labor a week early.
That would
because
definitely
that's the
induce a
night I
labor.
was born. Was the night that he was doing that on HBO.
Eddie
So-
Murphy,
That's
man.
crazy.
1983 was when that
That's-
came out, and when it was
That's
televised.
what's up.
So
That's what's up.
So-
you were
like-
born. You're born through laughter, so you just laughed your way into the world.
there you go, yeah. So, and she said it was an easy delivery, you know. She's like, no, you were easy. My sister was the one that was a pain, but
wow. So
Sisters
thanks
are
to Eddie
always
Murphy
pains.
for that one.
aren't they though?
Yeah.
Oh, they just
I won't go
jab
there,
after
but
jab
sister, I definitely understand sisters being pains. Ruben,
Yeah. So Eddie Murphy, so Delirious
Ruben,
has a
Ruben
special
at one
place in
time
my
was
heart.
blessed to
That's
hear
dope.
my
That's one of my favorite
sister's
stand-ups of
mouth.
all time.
I click. Right, Ruben, I heard it. All you hear is click. Sorry, Ruben.
Who was that?
My sister screaming and cursing on the phone.
Yeah, no, I know. I heard y'all. Not me. I'm cool with my sister. We're good.
When his sister was
That's
on
because
the
she's
line-
really good with pranks. Nope, we're good. We're all right.
I love my sister now, but growing up, that was a nightmare for like we hated each other probably, but.
Listening to this is my type of sister
Yeah,
I got.
right.
She'll hear this and drive all the way to my house and put the rubber band right on the thing where the sink is, the hose.
So
and
when you
then-
turn the water on and
And then she'll text me like, "That's what you get for talking about me on the radio." And go, she'll go all the way back home. Like, that's what you get.
And our other guest we haven't spoken to is
Wait,
Ellen.
I didn't finish.
Bring it back down. We're gonna go back to you, but we haven't spoken to Eleanor yet.
She can finish if she would like.
No, you
Oh,
go. No, you go.
Turf Wars on the side. Turf Wars.
Solidarity. Solidarity among the girls.
So we'll go back to Emily before she kills me. So we'll go back to you, Emily.
Yes. Hello.
How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. Went to Tim's cousin's house in Philly. There was like 20 people there, so it was massive. And then went to my aunt's house for dessert, so it was nice.
Tell me about your character in this show.
So,
She's in 2 pieces also.
Actually, I'm
Three.
in. I'm in 3.
Oh, that's
I'm in
right.
3 pieces. I play Agnes in a play called Vigilia. It's about a Polish Christmas. I play her sister. And then in the second one, I play Janice. She is the wife of the party guest in, I believe, in Father Christmas, the one that Ken directs. And I play a young girl in A Christmas Carol. Directed by Connie.
So what? You're playing three different characters.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference? Is there what puts them all apart from each other?
Well, Vigilia, Agnes is basically her telling the story. So
She's the lead. She's a lot to say. It's awesome, and she's been memorizing, and she's been doing such a great job. And
We have to memorize our lines for these shows?
I know it's not like Playfest.
I was gonna break that to you, but
For those,
man.
It's really new.
so for those who don't know me, I do musical theater. So mostly, I'm a dancer and a singer. So I've been doing musicals for like 15 years, my whole life, pretty much. And in 2015, that's when I decided to audition for It's a Wonderful Life at Kelsey. That was like my first play that I'd done. And then in June of the following year, I got to do my first with PCM American Prez.
That was November, but
Oh, sorry.
it's okay.
I'm
a stick.
mixing
Was
up
the
dates.
audition?
Like, I'm just saying.
What am I saying? That was in the summer. I don't know.
it was
That
the
was
week
the
of the
second.
election.
No,
Okay.
December was the second one, actually.
Okay, yeah, actually, that was.
No.
Like some of the roles are getting crossed up. She's like, oh wait, what?
I'm getting
what's that?
confused with the shows. It's been a lot. But
So you're saying It's a Wonderful Life was one of your
is
first?
your mic on?
Yeah, is her mic on?
Where's this? We're so stupid.
was I talking?
You know you
myself?
want to go over there and
Yeah.
adjust it. Just go ahead.
Hello. I hear myself. Okay.
All right.
You just can't wait to adjust.
So we didn't have your mic on. Okay.
Is it better now?
You're good. You're
Okay.
good now.
So Agnes for Vigilia, she's pretty much the narrator. So she tells a story about how she grew up in like a Polish family. She's third generation, so she doesn't have to speak Polish. So she's just narrating the story, and it's a pretty huge task for me, because I'm used to memorizing dances and music, and that just comes naturally to me. So trying to memorize mini and big monologues was a little scary at first. But I have a great coach. He kind of helped me, and it's been a really rewarding experience, and I can't wait for people to see that show.
You were talking about challenges before. We had a gal who was going to be in, I believe, in Father
yeah.
Christmas, and there was a scheduling conflict for her, and she had to drop out. And Emily just kind of threw her hat in the ring and said, "I'll do it." And we haven't
Emily-
missed a beat.
Emily's you were telling me that you were telling us that are you still messing with feedback? You're telling me about It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
It's a Wonderful Life. Was that your first roles?
Yeah, actually, that was one of my first
Acting.
Like a speaking, yeah.
speaking role. Yeah.
Well,
Before that, I only did.
That's insane
musical
because
theater and dance. And dance
I
was
honest to God, I didn't know that was your first. I thought you came in as a seasoned vet. You know, you made it. You made whatever parts you were doing. You gotta knock off that feedback.
Just put some of your hair back in the.
I actually
some of that
auditioned-
speaker wire you call hair.
Actually, I auditioned for It's a Wonderful Life on a whim. It was the last day of auditions, and I was like, oh, it's a Wonderful Life auditions tonight. Oh, let me just go. And
You didn't know if you. I think I got it. I think I got it.
and
It's her. It's
And I saw
I
that
didn't
too. I saw that
know
too.
That would have been the best decision I ever made because I got into the show, and also because I met this wonderful man that I've gotten to be with for the past almost 3 years.
It's a wonderful wife and a
And,
wonderful man.
Yeah,
So
I've been very lucky.
Hallmark.
So that was your,
Yeah, bring it back. Bring it back.
that's the Hallmark.
Homework.
That could be we could make a Hallmark movie about.
Oh, I already started writing the script of
That's
Tim
a-
and Emily.
Oh my God,
That's
really?
that's a really
Oh
good.
man. Can I play Tim?
Yeah, I was gonna say Damien like an Eleanor after play them or something. It can't.
Is there like waltzing or like a duet?
Oh, there will be
dancing?
dancing.
Good.
Yeah.
Hand holding.
Oh my god. Don't
That's
get
a
me
whole
started.
other story.
He probably is writing. He's probably is.
Yeah.
Ken writes everything you say. So
Oh yeah, don't tell me anything
like,
personal.
Yeah,
It'll end up in a show. so.
Nothing you say is safe around Ken. You make a
Alright,
joke,
alright.
he'll laugh, and then you'll hear the clicking of the pen.
Oh wow.
And then he'll start writing something down,
That's
and then
true.
a year later you'll
Yep.
see what you said.
But
But see,
in the
that's
show.
what people relate to. People relate
Yes.
to that kind of
That is
stuff.
that is.
I'm okay with it. It's flattering in a
at
way.
First,
but-
at first, you tell me, and I'm like, all right, let me watch what I say. But and he says you can relate to it, and I respect that because you're gonna understand and relate to the show that you're putting on, or something you can't relate to. So I respect
see
the
that
fact.
vision. Like,
Yeah.
as a comedian, I do the same thing, but you have, like me, I just have like an alleyway of thought. You know, like I hear something funny, and like somebody probably didn't mean it as a joke, but it's just like the way they were talking. Like I would actually say it and then make it a joke, and like they'll hear it on stage. But for you to make a play out of it, like again, I'm like an alleyway. You're like a highway of ideas. Like, to write a whole script. and, like,
It's a
play,
marathon, not a
it's-
sprint. Yeah.
It's much broader. And I'm just, you know, I'm learning like along the same way. I'm like, you know, that's amazing. That's amazing to me. 'Cause, like I might do mine in spurts, and yours is just like.
It
free
probably starts the same way. I hear people think I'm crazy when I say it, but I do. I hear conversations, and
Yeah.
that's usually a kernel of either the start of a scene or the start of a play, and it just builds from there.
Yeah, and I think
I see that.
I think also a lot of times, like it's in my experience as a writer too. Like it's a matter of, like thinking of something that could be, especially in comedy, like something that could be funny, and then deciding like what's the best way to deliver it. Sort of like, do you make it a conversation and a play? Do you make it a joke? Like I don't know about Ken, but I can certainly say for myself, I'm actually like in awe of you as a comedian. Like I've attempted like. Very half-heartedly attempted several times in my life to be like, I'm gonna write some jokes, I'm gonna write a bit, I'm gonna write and it just, and that's a whole other, it's like a whole other sort of part of your brain. I think it's, to me, it's a lot easier to like just imagine conversations and do dialogue and this and that versus like, how do I, you know, so they're just like sort of two
I
different.
thought it would probably be an easier crossover, but
I mean, I think there is a crossover, and like if I really, I could probably like. At least write, I don't know if they'd be good jokes, but
I'm
I
sure
could
you
write.
could. I'm sure
yeah.
you
Well,
could.
and you know, if you really thought you put yourself to it too, I'm sure you could like write a script for Life is Strange 4. You know, like whatever.
Coming soon.
Yeah.
And that's different.
But,
It just
yeah.
opened up like a different portal. Like, huh?
But like two sides of the same coin.
Well, how it started, me writing stuff for, you know, I'm seeing you have an alley, he has a highway. To me, it starts with one word. You know, I write something, it has to start with a word, and I make that one word grow to a sentence, and from a sentence it grows to a paragraph.
Plant the seed.
You know, it's
Building blocks.
yeah, it's
and
that,
again, like I have a couple of flowers. It's like the tropical rainforest.
And these are just one acts. I mean, you know, we've had the good fortune over the 12 years that PCM has been together of actually doing a good number of full-length plays that are all original. I mean, that's the thing about PCM. Everything we do is original material.
yeah. Listen, I seen some of your work, you know, at the Lawrence Library, and I liked your stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing this show. I actually already put in to get one of these nights off so I can see the show. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. Just real quick, when is the show?
The show is December 7th and 8th at 7:30 p.m. And then there's a matinee on December 9th at 4 p.m. That's down at the Open Arts Pack in Bordentown. It's right behind Miss Stories, if you know that area. Yeah, he's got the card there.
I don't
Show
think
it off.
they'll be able to see it.
Still, just zoom in.
They can just do
You
that
can get
thing
tickets
with the picture,
online.
right?
Ruben can zoom it in.
At Eventbrite, right?
Eventbrite, you can, if you go to the PCM Theater homepage, there's a link there. If you go to openartspack.org, there's a link there. All funnels to the same place. And if you don't get a chance to do that before the shows, we'll take cash at the door for tickets.
I like the open arts pack too. That's a nice layout.
It's a great
They got,
venue.
like a small balcony. It's cool. Like I never saw like a
They
small
have the table,
balcony.
the chairs on risers in the back. It's
Yeah,
nice,
I'm like, this is nice. They got a balcony, but it's like when I stand up, I'm the same size as the people in the balcony. That's awesome.
So, and like back to your times, where's the address?
It is 146 Route 130 in Bordentown.
Yeah, we want to make sure
It's in the same
it's right where
parking
130
lot.
and 206
yeah,
connect.
Jimmy's
Exactly
and what's
Jimmy's
that?
and Missouri.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it's like just behind.
And they
Missouri.
actually have, within the last year or so, they put up a nice marquee out on, I think on the 130 side.
Yeah.
That you can kind of draw you in a little better than.
Please don't pass this place because the next U-turn is about 3 miles up the street.
Also
Yeah, so
true.
just let me
Yeah.
tell you that now.
Did you do that? You did it, huh? You passed the turn.
I've done it many times, and I only live 10 minutes from there, so it's.
Yes.
So, listen, you
U-turn
got-
is very
It'll come
far.
up you from nowhere.
You got
Yeah.
you got
It's
the
like-
times.
Exactly.
I just passed the exit.
And a GPS, it's just like you have now arrived. Well, make U-turn. What?
Yep.
You just told me I just arrived. Make U-turn.
There is a back entrance though from 206.
Yeah.
So,
That's true. That's true.
yeah.
So you guys got the times. So December 7th and 8th at 7:30. December 9th at 4 p.m.
And it's probably worth pointing out that one or two of the pieces do have some adult language or subject
yes.
matter. So if you're thinking of bringing your kids,
Yes,
you'll have a better idea of what
you'll-
you're
yeah.
comfortable with. But
Yes.
we kind of like to throw that out there so people don't get alarmed or.
See, I'm
So-
wearing
so
you
open
guys
up-
down.
So it's Open Arts Pack,
There it is.
146 Route 130, Bordentown, New Jersey, 08505. Get your tickets. Go check this show out. Believe me, it's a good show. I'm looking forward to seeing it, not just because I have friends in it, but because
It's amazing.
Love
it.
it's if my daughter's gonna be in it, I know it's gonna be really amazing. So that's not one of the reasons, but
To you, girl.
like I enjoy watching her. She's a different person on stage. It'd be nice if she listens to me at home, but not to pick on her. But I'm very proud of
As a
her.
parent laugh.
I'm very proud of her. Eleanor, this is your second time on the station.
Yes, it is.
And you were doing a show for Ken, right?
Yeah, I ended up being in his show for the Lawrenceville One Act Play Fest.
And what are you doing in this play this time?
I am one of the guests of the party who I kind of interact with his character, and I don't really believe, or I don't want to acknowledge what he's trying to tell me about our friend. And I don't
She's
know.
the sane one of the group in
I'm
that
the
piece.
sane one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and is this your second play, or is this you've done
Yeah,
more already?
it's
Second play ever, right?
This is your second
yeah.
play ever. Nice.
Wait,
Kudos.
so the Lawrence Playfest was the first time you had. Wow.
Yeah, see,
Okay.
I remember.
She was a revelation in that.
I,
She
re- I,
really
re-
was.
I remembered that was your first. That was your first play.
I had done some work in film,
I didn't remember that you were doing
which
film.
is completely different.
Yeah.
As Ken will tell you, I don't speak very loud.
What?
What? Well, you speak loud enough for all of us. So it's fine.
Yeah, try it. You learn. Yeah.
Like, people ask him like, "What did she say?" She said that she wants to do it again. All right.
I'll get there.
Just tell me what you want said, and I'll say it.
He projects it to the people.
Well, actually, it's funny. Like,
Ruben, I'm thirsty. Ruben, she's thirsty.
From sharing the stage with Damien and Eleanor, who do this is almost the entire cast of that one act, but Damien and Eleanor have a lot to do in it as well, and it's interesting. Like Damien, kind of like me, like we have a lot of years of theater experience, and so Damien can be very big and project and all that. but like you can tell, like, and some of the great stuff that Eleanor is doing, and it is like the subtler, smaller little
quiet
moments.
you know?
Because I'm sure, partly at least, because of your like experience in film and stuff, and that's the thing, you know, when they are very different. It's like writing comedy, stand-up routines, or plays, doing theater and acting, film acting, and it's just like. Of course, Damien's gonna be loud because he's been being loud for so long, and like, but you've been, I don't know how as long, but you know, you've been doing a lot of smaller film work and stuff, and that's just, so it's but there's room for both sort of in them, and like,
I've had so much fun doing it.
Yeah, and like
learning a completely different.
Yeah, and you're doing such great like all these great like little smaller reactions to Damien's madness and everything else is going on. So
and that kind of goes back into what Bella was saying about, you know, kind of not having lines in the one piece. There are things that Eleanor will do with her face when she's reacting to the insanity that's going on. And I'm laughing at her, what she's doing. I'm not laughing at the lines that they're saying.
Wow, thanks, Ken.
You're laughing at your reaction is her reaction.
I think it's because she, like on a guy level, she's supposed to be considered smooth. Yeah, you know, like she's not about to raise her voice, and you know, kind of like me, you know. But, like she ain't about to get all loud and raspy her voice.
You're
like
loud as I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're loud all the time.
I know, but I want to believe that I'm smooth. But like she's like one of those, like if it was a guy, it's like if you didn't hear what I said the first time, then you're just not gonna get it. Like almost like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, you know, like you never heard him holler. Like,
yeah, it's
he just gets the point across.
Yeah, it's always
Eleanor Slate, the Clint Eastwood.
You didn't hear what I said the first time. You just missed it.
Yeah, now
you need to know. Send me a text.
Now I'm picturing like a new one act, like starring Eleanor and Emily as like two like assassins, like Pulp Fiction style or something, and like
something cool.
And Emily's the more crazy serial killer, you know, and then Eleanor is like the really calm. She's the really calm.
No, make a buddy cop thing.
Eleanor's already a ninja, right? You know martial arts.
I do know martial arts.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
See, I remember that.
I'm glad I'm finding this out now.
I looked at her demeanor. I was like,
she'll kick your ass.
No, like she.
That's why I said she won't
yell.
Literally kick your ass.
She won't yell.
What kind of martial arts do you know? What are you studying?
I went to an MMA gym for 2 years.
Yeah, see, not just any martial arts.
Yeah, that's.
You would solemnly get your butt whipped. Yeah, she'd be choking you out. Like, how do you like that? Didn't I tell you? I told you.
You absolutely will.
You were talking about intimidating before. Eleanor's probably the most intimidating person here. Probably.
Yeah.
I do yoga. I do yoga too.
And like put your arm like this, and you're screaming, but she's calm. You're like, let me go. She's like, what do you like? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you to just go around? You shouldn't have parked my parking. She caught your arm like this. You should have parked my parking spot. That's what you get.
And I'll do my Clint Eastwood face.
There you go.
She just touched my shoulder and paralyzed my whole.
Ooh, and then say "Make my day."
Yeah, and Eleanor will do MMA, and Em will do like some weird, cool dance moves that will like knock you out as well.
I have legs for days, so it works for my benefit.
We actually have a guy in the piece that everybody here is in who his character thinks he's a famous actor, and I don't want to say who because I want it to be a surprise for everybody who comes to the show.
I want to say
but he really does a killer version, and now that we know that she can be Clint Eastwood, we're going to start expanding our.
See, that's what. See,
buddy cop.
It's good that I remembered those.
You're gonna have to write a show where every actor in the show is just portraying
themselves.
Some kind of
themselves on a different level. Yeah.
You know, like you got a Clint Eastwood character, you have an Al Pacino character, you have a Meryl Streep character, just really, and just have them walk around and talking to each other in like the crappiest impersonations you can think.
No, I got buddy cop.
Clint Eastwood with Scarface. What do you mean you don't have any coffee? I tried to tell you we don't have any coffee. Okay, you come here twice. I told you we don't have any coffee.
Buddy cop with Eleanor and as the straight man, Em as the crazy one, and Isabella's like the chief. The chief.
You know,
like, listen, you guys,
those,
I am tired of your crap.
It'd be kind of interesting to see them both like in the Bruce Lee movie, like from the '70s. Like, beat your ass.
Bad dubbing, and then me and Tim can do dubbing.
We'll do the dubbing.
Now we got it. All right, great.
I love this episode.
Yep.
And we'll just improvise all the dubbing.
That's it.
See, look, like, he's giving him a lot of A lot of
I
input
never have
there.
to think up ideas. They're always just feeding them to me.
That hamster is racing on that wheel. I'm telling
His
you.
pen is
I won't
actually
get to
going
sleep
too.
tonight.
He's like, I'm gonna have to beat Ken to this one. I don't know. That was a good idea. I'm sorry, Ken.
Like the jumping spider.
Oh yeah, there was a jumping spider at rehearsal one night.
Yep.
There was a real jumping spider.
Emily had a reaction to it.
It was not a cricket, I swear.
All right,
think
so
that was a
so
cricket.
who-
Cricket. I
So
saw
which
that.
one of
I'm
y'all
pretty sure that was a
jumped
cricket.
besides the cricket?
It had 6 legs.
So you jumped.
I jumped. I hate.
Did you do a silent jump or like was it like, oh my gosh, it almost touched me?
No, I go full out.
So if there's a jumping spider reference in
I'm
a
sorry, I
future
just said-
PCM show, you'll know why. It was Emily.
I hear her in like her kitchen or whatever, and either she's reacting to a touchdown, or she saw a spider.
I'm
very
but I can't
passionate.
quite tell. Yeah.
Did she
Slight
react
variation.
like like one of those big women in church that just received the Holy Ghost?
Yeah, kind of.
Filled with the Holy
So,
Spirit.
In my house, in the
Testify.
basement, there's like these creepy crawlers. I call them creepy crawlers because they have like 100 legs.
Yeah.
And like they
The
come up from the
centipedes.
basement, and then like I jump.
I hate them.
I can jump on the table because I'm that.
So let me get this straight. So you got two different versions of a loud "Oh my gosh." So you got "Oh my gosh, what happened? They just scored a touchdown."
Yeah.
Then you got "Oh my gosh, what happened? It touched me. It touched me."
Oh,
Pretty much.
You know.
Two different "Oh my gosh."
You know. You know.
Oh my God.
I want to say something about my sister, but I don't know whether she's tuned in. So
She's already driving to your house.
Yeah,
so.
she's already on her way. So
I'm
Go
not
for-
going to say
go
it,
for
but
broke,
it
man.
involves a cricket, and it was at my mom's house. Not going to say it. Just one of the funniest things I saw in a very long time.
And then I'm guessing Eleanor is like, "Oh my God, there's a spider. This is horrible. This is very,
No, she's like,
Stop telling me.
she's like,
No, I'm saying.
she's telling her, just calm down. It's just a bug. He's going to jump away.
Yeah, that's
So-
what it would.
It's more like it.
Yeah.
Like kind of
Have a great
borderline
character.
with the borderline Wednesday from Adam's Family. Like everybody's all smiling, like smile. This is a happy face. Smile.
Wait, Addams Family?
Yeah.
I'm ecstatic.
I was in that. I did Addams Family as a musical.
There is a musical version of
2
it.
years ago.
Adam's Family.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Right after It's Wonderful.
did it
No, I
have
just
the
realized
Addams
it.
Family whoomp on there? Remember that from the 90s?
That
Whoomp. There it is.
No.
Right.
And
Yeah,
then they had
it was a
Addams
hip hop
Family
version.
one.
There wasn't
MC
even-
Hammer.
I know that
MC
one.
Hammer had.
know that
There wasn't even.
I don't know
a
that
theme
song. That was
right?
the artist was tag team.
Tag team. Back again.
MC Hammer did the actual video for Adam's Family.
We're talking
Yeah, he
about-
did a
well,
rap. He did a
I'm
rap
referencing
video.
the song he was talking
But,
about.
No,
right, that was.
yeah.
We're here. We're here.
No,
we got-
back to Adam's
we're
Family. MC Hammer. I don't know which one it was. It might have been like the second or the third one. He did the soundtrack song for that. It was a video. I know.
I'm almost positive the end of the second Addams Family movie in the credits is the Addams Family whoomp. I think it was called. I think.
Damien has an encyclopedic knowledge of movies, so
Yeah, it'll never make me any money, but you know.
I do the same thing for no reason at all. I got this 3-second game where I might like reference a part of a movie, and whoever I'm with, I'm like, you got 3 seconds to guess what movie that is, and they hate me for this. I'm like, 1, it's at the tip of my tongue. 2, it was The Breakfast Club. Oh my God! And I just made this game up, and like at any given moment, it could just break out, and I would get somebody with it. I'm like,
Right now, start it.
Yeah.
right now.
You got
Not to
some good
me.
people here.
Anybody here? Anybody here?
Oh, okay.
Real quick.
Okay. Well, I already said Breakfast Club, so I
Well,
don't
you can't use that.
I don't want to actually give that one up. But
different movie.
let me think of some. It actually
Quick,
just comes.
quick.
It comes
One.
random.
You
It
have
comes
3
random.
Two.
Nick, right?
Yeah, it comes random.
3. You lost your own game.
Throughout this, I like that. I like that. But all right, look, throughout this show, if it actually comes to me, don't be surprised if I just put somebody on the blast. Like, you got 3 seconds to say what that is.
Go ahead, we'll jump on that.
Quick.
Yeah.
Favorite Wu-Tang song. 1,
Protection.
2,
No, Triumph.
3. Oh, you lost.
I got it.
You got one.
That Triumph.
You got one. All right, you got one.
Can we
I
all
was ready
say
for
our
that. I was ready.
favorite? Can we all say our favorite lines that we say in this show?
Okay, yeah. Go ahead. You go. You
It's
go
gonna
first.
sound a little weird out of context. But
Um.
Oh gosh.
Someone spilled juice all over the book.
Nice. I like
Anybody
that.
else?
Yeah, I
All
like
right,
that.
another one.
I
Yeah.
know what that means, but
I don't know what it means.
yeah.
Come and find out.
Yeah. Emily, you go then.
Oh my God. My brain's so fried right now.
1, 2. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking.
You're going to use the 3-second game on everything.
Man.
Ooh, the greed. Golden one greed.
Oh, okay. So I.
Again, no context.
A golden one. Greed.
Yep.
You'll see why.
That's very
Okay.
cryptic.
Tim, do you have anything?
What? Huh? You say?
I said that was very cryptic.
Yeah. Oh, I'm blanking now too. Oh my god.
Oh wow, Tim
One,
blanking on a
and
line.
two.
No
He
way.
hasn't learned any of his lines yet. So.
Right on the spot. Right on the spot.
While we're listening to
We've been.
the Knight Rider song.
The Knight Rider. So that's why I was like, is that Knight Rider? Yeah.
Mine is we've been, and I say it in a certain way.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's that. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Passing it down.
That's
Passing
a
it
good
down.
Pass it
We've
down.
been.
I know what you're saying.
I don't want to give away any of my favorite ones, but
Plus, half your lines in my show you can't. Well, you have to put $10 in the jar.
yeah, I'd have to put a lot of money in a jar to say any of the lines from your show. Tim.
There's
A couple
a-
of Phil Farm, Phil's.
The piece
Phil
that
Fo- yeah, Phil
the piece
Cosby,
that
yeah.
Tim wrote is called the Santa Interrogation, and it's probably the only one of the 6 that is of a
R-rated?
serious nature. Most of the other ones are comedic. And
I mean, it starts off comedic,
Yeah,
and then it takes kind of a darker
a
turn,
very
and,
dark turn. Yeah.
you know, which is unexpected, but it's kind of nice. It's a change of pace.
Yes, we
for a
like
lot of the
that.
shows that we do. So
And there's a
Balance.
lot of words.
Give us
Isabella should not hear.
the clean a clean line.
a clean line. All right.
One. That
He
was
just left Canada, everybody.
Yep.
That about it.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to know what's in the punch, would you?
Good one. Good one.
Ken, what about you? Do you have any?
I don't remember anything.
Nothing that you
Nothing
wrote.
from
You remember
your-
Nothing,
nothing.
nothing.
It's true. I can't. Once it's out on the page, I can't remember.
Wow.
It's probably for the best.
He just
I let
balled
the-
it up in his mind.
I let the
tosses it up.
experts do it.
Like it's on paper, but in his mind, he just went. Next one.
These guys, again, they have such a memory for things. They'll reference lines from shows we did 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm like, "What's that from?" And they're like, "You wrote it." And I'm like,
And another thing.
Oh God.
I can see how that happens. So like when I was watching the DVD, the footage back, and I was saying to myself, I was like, I don't remember doing or saying half of this stuff, literally, and it's me. I'm like, I don't remember.
in fact, the one time I went to a rehearsal, Damien was with another one of our troupe who comes out every so often, Dave, and I was watching them rehearse. And I went up to him afterwards and I said, "Man, that was really good. You ad-libbed that." And they're like, "No, that was in the script." I had totally forgotten that was in there.
Wow.
So before we go, we're gonna do quick shout outs. We'll start with you, Billy, since
Man,
you take
look.
too long. Make it
I'm
fast.
gonna do it fast. Look, shout out to y'all, man, for coming through and bringing such good energy, man, good vibes, man. I'm always interested in checking one of these out, and I'm taking one of these because I always forget. So,
Take more than one.
and I'm familiar. I'm familiar with the Open Arts Pack, man. So I'm definitely gonna try to, see if I can be able to make it out to one of these. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Hamilton Radio. Shout out to my mom who had tuned in. She ain't say much of anything.
Shout out to Mom.
If you're still looking, hey mom. Shout out to Hamilton Radio. Ralph and I would go Ruben, but. I guess Ruben get a shout out too, but so shout out to all of y'all for coming through, man, and keeping us company.
Ken, we'll go with you. Your shout outs.
My shout out, thank you to Hamilton Radio for hosting us tonight. This is a big step for us.
It's definitely a pleasure.
Yeah, and shout out to all of the cast of Life is Strange 3. They're always dedicated. They bring the funny, as we like to say, and it's always a pleasure to collaborate with them.
I think you got an amazing group of people, so
We do,
kudos and God bless to them.
absolutely.
Isabella, shout outs.
Family and friends.
Okay. You can keep it, low
pretty
key,
solid.
all right? Emily.
Shout out to my mom that's watching. Hi, Mom. Love you.
Hi, Donna.
Shout out to everyone at this table. Shout out to my boyfriend Tim. Shout out to my stage husband Damien. And to Ken.
That sounded funny.
BSB.
Oh.
I love him. He's the best.
Right back at you.
Yeah, that's it.
Tim, shout outs.
Yeah, shout out to the whole PCM family. My mom, she might be watching, I'm not quite sure, but if you are, hi Ma. And Hamilton Radio and Isabella for doing all these shows with me, and then Ralph for for being her father, and then the fact that I bring her on for these shows, or we get involved in other shows, and then she says, "Oh, do you want to do these radio things?" So now it's
Yeah,
like,
you see how she promotes you. It's like, I'll get you on the show.
well, it's great. It's like and now it's been 3 different sort of companies, like 3 different groups, like M&M, and the Playfest thing, and PCM now, and it's great working with Isabel and all those different things, and great being a guest and getting to be on the radio and having everyone else do the radio.
Well, listen, it is definitely a pleasure, to have you guys on. Not throwing my shout outs out, but it's a pleasure to have you guys on. And everybody knows it doesn't matter, if my daughter's in the show, I love, just get me some tickets, let me know the time, I'll go see the show, let you know how it is. I do that for some of the Kelsey shows. Mm-hmm. I've been blessed to, being able to go see it. Hey, can you come? Let us know what you think. I'm blessed to be able to do that. And it wasn't something I was planning on doing part of my show, on Hamilton Radio, but it evolved into me allowing to have every so often a segment of, local theaters, and actors, and directors, it's something that is not done a lot. What I'm saying? Some of the talk shows you don't have. I'm not saying in general. I'm talking about local. Mm. We don't highlight amazing people like you guys. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, I said to Ken when we started this, and once I knew Isabella was in, I was like, we're probably, again, I didn't want to assume anything, but I was like, we're probably going to get asked to do the radio, and now here it is.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's, definitely a pleasure to have you on, Ken.
Thank you.
Damien, your shout outs.
Shout out to everybody who's listening, and paying, giving the show like the respect it's due, and thank you so much for having us out here.
Always a pleasure.
And Ruben, man, I haven't seen you in years. I didn't even know you were doing this. Like I actually know Ruben from 15 years ago or something, or
that's when he actually had hair.
I've known Ruben for about.
I had more hair then too, but
what?
Yeah,
I've known Ruben for about close to that, right? Maybe a little longer. Yeah.
Yeah, I was at Mercer County Community College, and we used to go to that open mic there, the late night series, and that's where I met Ruben there, and so. He's like, yeah, man, it's weird seeing.
Did Ruben used to practice singing bass like shooby dooby doo?
He played the piano and whatnot, and he sang, so yeah. So. Yeah.
Oh no, your shout outs.
I want to shout out to Ken for inviting me to be part of PCM. I'm really excited, and to you all for having us on again.
It is definitely a pleasure to have you guys on. Definitely a pleasure. Again, I can't stress the fact that it's definitely a blessing to have you guys. You guys could have been doing something else. There's Monday Night Football, but you guys are you guys took time out of your busy schedule, to be on, and let us know, tell us about, what you guys are doing. It's definitely an honor and pleasure to have you on here, Ken. Thank you.
Thank you.
And your whole cast. It's definitely, like I said, you're welcome whenever you have another show.
We'll be back.
My daughter, like I said, doesn't have to be a part, so let me know. Listen, we there's days that we have no guests, and we do that.
We just make fun of Ruben all night.
These guys love to talk, so
we do that, and we don't. It's we try to have the show to where we're not always full with guests, and yet we always have room for guests. You know what I'm saying? That's where we're not always packed. So but we're always gonna have guests on. So like I said, you're always welcome back.
Excellent.
I like your work. I look forward to seeing your show. Check this out. The show out December 7th and 8th at 7:30 p.m. December 9th at 4 p.m. Open Arts Pack 146 Route 130, Bordentown, New Jersey 08505. Go to Eventbrite for the tickets. He already told you can go to their site.
PCMtheater.com.
www.pcmtheater.com, or you can go get the tickets at the door, however you want to get them. Check the show out. Got amazing actors. I'm blessed to have them on here. Shout outs to everybody that's always taking the time out to watch us, listen to us around the world, listen to us locally on Facebook, YouTube. Shout out to my daughter. She's an amazing actress. Shout out to these beautiful, amazing people. A shout out to my wife, my daughter, my son, everybody that's part of my life. Project 609, thank you for allowing my family to be a part.
Much love.
You know,
Shout out
giving
for
back
that.
to my
That's
community.
major.
It's
Keep
definitely
doing it. Keep doing
you know, fulfilling, you know, to give back. Shout out to Hamilton Radio for allowing us to always have this platform and letting us get out what we want to get out. Shout out to Ruben for always putting up with us.
I guess.
Right? Shout out to Billy. Shout out to Billy for always being my pain in my ass. I love the
right,
brother.
that's right.
You know, he's about to drop his DVD. Check that out. And we're out. We're Hamilton Radio. I'm Ralphie Rotten. It's Billy the Kid. And we're Freestyle Freaks on HamiltonRadio.net. And we're out. Peace.
Peace out.
Love, peace, and hair grease.